over 1 million people working in the NHS in England. Just let that sink in for a second. 1 million. And it kind of is anywhere between 1.2 and 1.3. It does fluctuate. How many of those are women? Over 3/4. And I've heard this morning we're almost hitting 80%. How many of those, can you guess, reach the top of their careers? And when I say the top, I'm talking chief execs, so the absolute top. Less than half. So we make up over 3/4 of the workforce, but less than half of us will ever reach chief exec level. Go back to that 1 million. Ethnic minorities make up 1/4 of our workforce. That's 1 in 4. Can you guess how many of those people reach very senior managers? So I'm not even talking chief execs here. I'm just talking VSM level. 10%. So say there were 100 ethnic minorities in this room right now, only 10 of us are going to reach VSM level. That's not even the top in the NHS. Now, we all know what's at play here. It's a system. It's a system that's designed to hold us back. Some may call it the patriarchy. Some may call it something else. But whatever we call it, we all know it's there. We've got the data. We've got people's lived experiences. We know it's there. Now, I'm not here today to talk to you about how we break that system. That's a completely different talk. What I'm here today to talk to you about is how do we protect ourselves in a man-made system? So, here's what I say to the patriarchy, and I'll say this phonetically. I tell the patriarchy to F-C-U, or F-C-U. My kids saw this slide. You can imagine how that one went. So, what does it stand for? Friends and families, colleagues, and understanding you. It helps me remember, what can I say? So let's have a look at the first one, friends and family. This is my mum. Sadly, she's no longer with us, but she was one of the strongest women I knew. I grew up in a really, really traditional Indian family where most of the people thought that a woman's role was to have families, look after homes, and that's your lot. My mum was a complete rebel. She's the one who taught me to reach for more, to want more, and to push those boundaries. She's the one who taught me that if we want to see change in the system, we have to have a seat at that table. She was my cheerleader, my protector, and she was absolutely on speed dial. So why do I say this? Find that person, that trusted person, who will listen to you moan, listen to you rant, who will pick you up off the floor when you need it. That person who will always have your back. They are worth more than anything you will ever know. Okay, so colleagues. This one is really important. So I describe myself as an introvert pretending to be an extrovert. Networking, or the thought of networking, breaks me out in a sweat. I would avoid it like the plague. I hate it. I hate the small talk. But actually, once I stepped into those spaces, I found myself in spaces I would never, ever have thought I would find myself in. So I'll tell you a little story. There was this guy in my field who was considered the absolute god. I was so in awe of him, but I was also hugely, hugely scared of him. But I needed him for a piece of work that I was doing. So I put some feelers out, had a chat with a few people, found someone who was willing to do an introduction for us. So as you can imagine, I was hugely nervous. This is like my idol that I'm meeting. I did my research. I don't want him to think I don't know what I'm doing or that I'm wasting his time. I probably put more work into that than I did into my degree in a very short space of time, which is saying something. We met, we clicked, and we are now really, really good friends. He's the person I can pick up the phone to at any time and go, oh my God, this just happened, what do I do? He's the person who will also call me out when I need it, which is more than I would care to admit. He is my unofficial mentor. He doesn't really know that, but that's how I see him. So find those people. Be a serial dater. Find them, use them, hold on to them, but don't forget to leave that door open for others as well. So be that person for other people. Okay, understand you. I really don't mean this to sound as pretentious as it does, but this really, really does matter. So we've all got that inner voice, right? That one that goes, who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? What makes you think you can do this? That voice, when I was applying for this job, was literally screaming at me. Even though I had all those lovely people around me telling me the complete opposite. I've had years of listening to that voice. But what's different now is I know that voice is there. I accept it for what it is. That voice is what the system relies on to hold us back. Why should I give that voice power? Why should I give that system any more power? So hear it, accept it for what it is, but do not let it stop you or hold you back. The voice is always going to be there. So, these are my 3 things that I would say to the patriarchy. I would love to hear if anyone tries this, if anyone sees it working for them or not working for them, call me and tell me how you told the patriarchy to fuck you. Thank you.